Hey everyone, it's Richard Metal Fan here. Continuing sort of like my Testament discography review, and today we're going to be looking into The Ritual, the band's fifth album released in 1992. Now, well, their previous four albums, Testament is sort of like going into like more of a thrashy direction. Was more well, not thrashy direction. They were just thrash metal, just straight up like that. But also, I think it was starting with I believe with the last album, Souls of Black. I feel like they kind of like go with more of a darker, a little bit of approach, even more a little bit more some focusing on a little bit more of melody. Yeah, but I feel like this album sort of like kind of like takes it to a little bit more further there, and I feel like Testament is for me is what the Black Album is to Metallica. And I feel like this pretty much changes their sound by slowing down their fiery and fast thrashing tempos and exploring sort of like more slow melodic yet heavy territory with more the slower mid-paced songs, while still sort of like maintaining their thrash metal roots. And this album is just as heavy as melodic and also very dark and moody and atmospheric as well, as it does have like a very strong classic 80s metal sound, just and it just really does a fantastic job of like capturing and sort of like combining both the heavy side and the melodic side together so perfectly. Like, and that's pretty much what I like about this album. I know some people are either gonna love this album or you're gonna hate it or probably just be like, it's all right. But for me, I feel like this is a pretty good album. But in my opinion, one of their most underrated albums. Like literally, I don't think anybody really talks about this. So at least from what I've heard. So yeah, without further ado, let's dive into this album track by track. Now starting things off is Signs of Chaos, which is a haunting sort of like 45-second again little instrumental, which kicks things off with some insanely wicked lead shredding from Alex Skolnick, which then leads into the next song being Electric Crown, which is a very mid-paced headbang. Pretty much my favorite song on the album, which of course storms its way through with like in a rage of like just rampaging riffs, heavy pounding beats, and some amazing vocals from Chuck Billy, as well as like a very good addictive chorus and some awesome soloing to boot. One of my favorites, pretty much my favorite song on here, and it's just a great song. Moving on to So Many Lies, which is a mid-tempo groove and wildly capturing structure and vocal lines that make us a little bit more nervous, but years later all you could do is really look back in its glory and just admire what a great song it is. Let Go of My World, which is another fantastically catchy mid-pace headbanger that features a really cool bass solo in the intro and is further highlighted by another barrage of like crunchy, monstrous riffs, just pounding drumming and powerful vocals. It just has a plus another incredible guitar solo from Alex is also featured in this song. And then moving forward is the album's slow yet incredibly chilling title track, which is The Ritual, which is a flawless combination of soft yet haunting melodic guitar or notes and massive bone crushing riffs, plus another amazing vocal performance from Chuck Billy. And the song is highlighted by another spectacular guitar solo from Alex that goes from slow to bluesy and to like blistering melodic. It's just a really interesting song. Next song on here is Deadline, which sports yet another fist of catchy, just crunching riffing throughout. Plus, we have a little bit of a pair of melodic, thick, winding, hitting Alex solos, which has also good vocals from Chuck to boot. Next song on here is As the Seasons Gray, which is another their monster riff fest that builds upon sort of like the addictively crunching and monstrous riff that thing I can't even speak today. They just throughout the song is just nightly accompanied by just catchy and stomping mid-paced rhythm, and also features yet another outstanding melodic winding solo from Alex as well. Agony, which is another wicked mid-tempo headbanger thrash that borders on yet more pulverizing riffage and heavy pounding drum beats, as well as like another fantastic winding guitar solo, and just really great, awesome vocals in here as well. The Sermon, which is yet another heavy mid-paced and heavy riff-driven number that also includes a great vocals from Chuck and another great guitar solo from Alex. And of course, this album kind of like slows down a little bit with the song Return to Serenity, which Testament were pretty much no strangers to ballads. I mean, like the song, they even have a song called The Ballad, and even the song from Legacy from the last album, but worked really well for them. But Return to Serenity sort of like blows them away, and Alex's clever, echoey guitar hook is just very spellbinding, and this incredible ballad really should have been a hit. And I feel like they also included it again with a year later in 1993 with their EP Return of the Apocalyptic City, and it should be a well-known hit as ballads are by another big-name thrash band. And then the album concludes with Troubled Dreams, which proves indeed to be very powerful, more full and heavy, a closer with its dosage of crushing, pummeling, headbanging induced riffage by accompanying a great heavy rocking drum beat that pounds so well throughout the song. It has included yet another great vocal performance from Chuck, and it has another great fantastic solo from Alex and a great chorus here as well. So overall, The Ritual by Testament is sort of like sees the band sort of like exploring while retaining what they are, and I think it's a pretty good album, if I have to say so. So if I have to give this album a score, I'm probably gonna give this a solid 9 out of 10. It's definitely up there. If you haven't heard this album, or at least give it a chance, and it's still Testament at heart, but I feel like they just wanted to just experiment and just do some new things outside the box of like what typical thrash metal done. So yep, that's my review of The Ritual, guys. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video. And as always, keep it metal.